What are your thoughts on adding a player like Corey Perry to the lineup, and when do you envision him getting into the lineup?
I think we're very fortunate to get Corey here. I know he had a lot of options, a lot of teams that he could chose. Obviously, like the way the team had been playing, the fact that he come to a Canadian market and feels that he can add something to our team. So for us, I think he'll make our team better in the short term, but definitely in the long term, in the playoffs where it's so hard to score goals. And he adds that element of scoring goals and also the element of just being hard to play against, giving our team a little more personality, to say. And then also the leadership. 200 NHL games in the playoffs is pretty important, or almost 200 games. I think that's good for our team also to have. And now as for your second one, I think it's important that he practices with us for a while. And the timeline is not definite, but I think the best in probably practicing for a week and possibly playing that Saturday game. That's just a timeline, but it's not definite.
You touched on it a little bit, but just the process of sort of inserting him into a team that, well, you guys haven't lost in about a month. And it means somebody who's been part of a winning lineup has to come out, get sent down, all that, the ripple effect of adding.
We've done that a couple times during this winning streak, and whether that was juggling our lines, like McLeod playing the majority of this winning streak on the left side with Leon, and then we moved him back to center. We've inserted Sam after his injury. We had to take somebody out because of that. I think the next game immediately after that, we put in Dylan, had to take somebody else out of that. We're not blowing things up. We're not trying to make sudden changes or big changes. I think during this streak, we've made little adjustments, and we're always looking to get a little bit better. And I think with Corey, he makes our team a little bit better. And unfortunately, we have guys that are playing well, and somebody's going to have to take a reduced role, and somebody's not going to be able to play. But it's throughout the streak, it's not like it's the first change we've made. It's just we haven't made big changes, just a little subtle changes.
Hey, Kris, you have guys in that room that have gone to war against Corey Perry. Like, they've just hated each other in playoffs and games. And how does that dynamic work when you say, okay, we're going to have this guy that you guys hated playing against, and we're going to bring him in as a teammate? Like, you have to have that discussion with some of that leadership group and how they feel about now having that guy on your side.
I can't speak for the players, but I can speak for a coach. And I know there's been plenty of players that I've coached against that I absolutely hated. But I've also said, oh man, I wish he was on my team. And I think our players have a lot of respect for him. And because of the way he plays, and I think they have a lot of respect on what he can provide for our team. So I think our team feels we're preparing for something, we're trying to get better. And I think he will help us.
Kris, over here. Corey left Chicago in controversial fashion. Afterwards, he said he was dealing with some personal issues that he was help with. On that note, do you have any concerns about bringing him to a team that's doing as well as they're doing?
No, I don't. I know Ken did his homework, due diligence, talked to a lot of people, found out what was going on, what the situation is, and I absolutely trust Ken's judgment. And and I think also with our team being as strong as it is, the amount of leaders that we have, that it's not a distraction.